Hi, this is Mrs. Robertson. We just finished watching the video that goes along with Lesson 3. So if you're not in my class today, feel free to go to your ebook and click on the little blue arrow that you would find at the bottom of the lesson. And you can watch the video on temperatures and ordering them. And we're going to talk today about compare and ordering integers. Once again, we are on page 363 in your math book. We watched the real world link, and let's answer some questions. It says Fairbanks is located in the interior of Alaska. The average temperature for several months is shown on the thermometer. The average temperature for December is -6 5/10 degrees Fahrenheit, and the average temperature for March is only 11 degrees. Label December and March on the thermometer. Okay, so we go down here and you look at the thermometer, and December is -6.5, so that's -5, so -6.5 is going to be about there, so put a little dot or an arrow and put December, and that is -6.5. Did everyone get that put on your thermometer? And the other one is March is 11. 11 is above 0, there's 10, and it's going to be about right there. So this is March, and that's 11 degrees. All right, any questions on how to do that? Okay, now let's continue. Which months have a greater average temperature than February? Okay, so on these, I want to try to make sure we can see that. The answer to question number 2 will be November and March on the thermometer. So for number 2, let's write November and March. You can put NOV for November and MAR for March. Which months have a lower average temperature than November? Well, when you look here, which ones are lower than November? We have 3 of them. February, FEB, December, and what's the other one listed down here? January, JAN. Any questions? It's easy to put them in order when they're on a number line or a thermometer like this. Complete the inequality to compare the temperatures of November and February. Remember, inequality means the greater than, less than, and equal to signs, okay? November and February. 3 is greater than -4. Okay, February is -4, November is 3, and 3 is greater than -4. Any questions? All right, let's go on to page 364. Compare integers. All right, to compare integers, you can compare the signs as well as the magnitude or size. Magnitude means size of the numbers. Greater numbers are graphed farther to the right. Lesser numbers would be graphed to the left. So the bigger number is always on the right. The smaller number is on the left when you're comparing them on a number line. Compare the signs. Here, 2 is greater than -3. 2 is on the right, so it's the bigger number. 2 is greater than -3. It's better to have $2 than to owe $3, right? Right. All right. Compare the position on the number line. Here, -2 is greater than -3. They have that written down there. -2 is greater to -3. Think of it as money. It's better to owe $2 than to owe $3. All right? Okay, now let's go on to our examples. Fill in the circle with an inequality sign to make a true sentence. All right, kids, we all know that 12 is what to -4? Greater. 12 gets the big end, -4 is the little point. You have 12 is here, -4, easy peasy. Now let's do these. I want you to answer A, B, and C. If you have any problems, just put them on the number line so you know which one's the big one, which one's the little one. I always think about it as money too, all right? Sometimes it's easier if you think about money, or if you're good at football, you think about yardage and losing yards, gaining yards, that type of thing. In A, whoops, almost made it the wrong way. -3 is greater than -5. B, 0 gets the big end. -5 is smaller than 0. And 6 is greater than -1. The little point is the small number in the group. Any questions? Were any of those tricky or caused you some distress? I'm glad you have no distress today. Let's go on to number 2. Justin has a score of -4 on the Trueville trivia game. Desiree's score is -5. Write an inequality to compare the scores and explain the meaning of the inequality. -4 is greater than -5. They said -4 is farther to the right on a number line than -5. Or you could just say -4 is located on the right of -5. That would be something you could write also. Okay, let's go on and do letter D. It says the temperature on Tuesday is 2 degrees Fahrenheit. The temperature on Wednesday was -2 degrees Fahrenheit. So on Tuesday it was 2 degrees Fahrenheit, and on Wednesday -2 degrees Fahrenheit. Write an inequality to compare the temperatures. Explain the meaning of the inequality. Well, you could put that 2 is greater than -2. Another inequality, you could have said -2 is less than 2. These both say the same thing. Notice how the little point is with -2 on both ends. See that? So that it is correct. Now, what does it mean? The temperature was warmer on Tuesday. That's what you could put for the meaning. Any questions on how to compare two numbers with a greater than and less than or equal to sign? All right, let's go on to page 365. Order integers. You can use a number line to order a set of integers. Integers can be ordered from least to greatest or from greatest to least. Okay, now it says order the set. This is my technique, kids. I circle the negative numbers. I put them down first because they went least to greatest. Well, the negative numbers are the smallest numbers, right? Which one's smaller, -9 or -3? -9. So I would put -9 down first, then -3. And then I have 0, and all I have left is 6. Okay, write those down. They already put them on the number line for you. -9, -3, 0, 6. So you can see how to put them in order. All right. Now, are you going to want to draw a number line every time you have to put numbers in order? No. You can do that in your head. But you can do things to help you identify groups so you don't have to look at all the numbers to figure out which one goes where. Now let's method 2, compare signs and values. That's sort of like my method where I compared the signs and values. I identified the negative ones, put them in their spot first, then I put the non-negative ones in second. Okay, I want you to do E and F right now, so go to the bottom. Very easy. First, put the dot on the number line, and then over here, list them in order from little to big. So do that right now. -4, kids, is in between 0 and -5, so make sure you put it on this side of that bar. 3 is like halfway in the middle. 11. Ooh, -25. Okay, so this one is -4. That's 3. And that one is an 11. So let me put it down over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Any questions on how to do that one? Okay, letter F. You have to be careful. Look with your eyes very carefully. All right, then write them down in order. I think everyone's going to get a good grade on the quiz coming up tomorrow and on your test next week. I think you're going to all do a nice job on this. Any questions? Okay, let's go to page 366. Am I going too fast? All right. Oh, look at that snake. I wonder if it's one of those poisonous vipers or a rattlesnake. We'll see. The table shows the lowest elevation for several continents. Order the elevations from least to greatest. Okay, so it says first graph each integer. Africa's lowest elevation is minus 156 meters. So that's below sea level, 156 meters below sea level. It's probably in a river or a lake somewhere. Asia's is negative 418 meters. Australia's is negative 12 meters. Australia must not have many deep lakes, you know. At 12 meters isn't that deep, is it? Theirs must be more shallow. Europe, negative 28 meters. North America, negative 86 meters. I'm guessing that's probably one of the Great Lakes. You know, they were probably pretty deep. And South America, negative 105 meters. So you put them in order. Here they put dots where each one of them go. This one, Asia's, is really low there. I wonder where that spot is in Asia where it's minus 400. It's what? Well, we'll have to look it up. That's just sort of interesting. That's something we can look up later. Okay, nothing about the snake. Interesting why they have a picture of a snake and they're talking about elevations that are below sea level, their lowest elevations, and they have a desert with a snake. Interesting. All right, let's put our greater than, less than, or equal to signs. They're called inequality signs in. I always put a little dot. It looks like a mouse nose, but when I put my little dot, I just double check. Yep, that's the smallest number. Which one of them gets the little dot here? Negative 6 or negative 10? Which one's the smallest? Negative 10. Owing $10 is worse than owing $6. It's the smallest. On a number line, negative 10 would be on the left. Which one gets the little dot on this side? Negative 83. Yep. Any questions on that? Everyone good? Number 4, Andrew and his father are scuba diving at negative 38 feet. And Tackle Box Canyon has an elevation of negative 83 feet. Write an inequality to compare the depths. Explain the meaning of the inequality. Well, you could do this way. You could say negative 83 is less than negative 38. Or you could have said negative 38 is greater than negative 83. In both of these, the negative 83 has the dot. Okay? Now, what does it mean? Tackle Box Canyon is located at a greater depth than Andrew's location. Let's just use TBC for Tackle Box Canyon is at a greater depth. Then Andrew's location. Okay? Get that written down. Number 5. Ooh, this is a STEM problem. The daily low temperature in Kate's hometown last week are listed. Order the temperatures. Oh, greatest to least. So we want the warmest temperature first and the coldest temperatures last. I'm going to circle all the temperatures that are not negative so I know which ones to look at. Okay, so which one is the greatest? I circled some to help me focus. Which one's the greatest temperature? 3. Class, what's going to go next? 2, and what's next? All right, and then I just sort of put a line through them to know I don't want to look at those. Now, for my next round, I have -9, -18, -6, and -7. Which number comes next? -6. What's after the -6? -7. Next. And what's the last one? -18. Any questions on how we did this, kids? Once again, to isolate positive and negatives when you have a list and you have to put them in order, it's helpful to do it that way. Now, what are we going to do for homework? Well, it's actually going to be classwork because we're going to get this all finished in class and we will grade it today. So, what do I want you to do today? Page 367, all. Let's turn the page. On 368, I want you to do 10. We're going to skip 11 and 12. I want you to do number 13. And then on 369, all. If we have time, we'll do more of the problems on page 368 today, but I will help you on that. It will not take you very long to do these problems, so let's work on getting them all finished, and that is it for today. Any questions? You're awesome. All right.